Welcome back, guys, to another video from chessdna, and in today's video I'll be sharing my games from the last FIDE rated rapid chess tournament that took place on this Saturday, and I actually won it, so feel pretty excited to share the games with you. Of course, it was rapid, so we were not really noting the games down, and of course I was not recording, so I have to rely on my memory to bring up the games for you to see. And I do remember like a lot of games. There were 7 of them, but I don't remember like precisely some of them. So I'll just share some positions for you to enjoy. So let's actually dive right into it. So the first game was against this unrated player, Aryan Muzammil Khan, who started off with an e4. So I played the Sicilian. I was in no mood of playing e5. I wanted to just be as aggressive as possible. So played the Sicilian, and here he plays this d3 move, which is a little bit passive, I thought, because of course, if you want to play the closed Sicilian, you have to first of all give up the advantage that you have with white pieces, and you can't really go for some initiative in the beginning. So d3 and then knight c6, bishop e2, knight f6, knight c3, and I played this e5 move to clamp down on the d4 square. Castles, bishop e7, bishop e3, and then h3, bishop e6. He played knight g5, attacking my bishop. I tempted him to just take the bishop. He takes, and now I do have double pawns, but I have good control over d5 and f5 square, so this knight is never able to jump to the d5 square. So here he decided to trade off this bishop, which was a dubious decision according to my knowledge, because I mean, you have a bishop pair, you should try to open the position up and use your bishop pair, but here he decided to give it up. So I thought, okay, just exchanging queens, and then after a few moments, he literally blundered a fork. Pretty elementary stuff. So after that, it was just too easy to convert from this point on. I don't exactly remember how the game finished. I mean, of course, you can see I am a piece up, so it was clearly winning, and I won it after a few moves. But this is the point up till which I remember the game. So round 2, I have white pieces against Ayan Ahmed, who is also like a young player, and I played knight f3 and he played c5, so I transposed into a Sicilian as he invited me to do so. So after knight c6, he wanted to play the Sveshnikov. I understood it, so I played d3 and challenged him in some sort of closed Sicilian, and he actually played g6, the dragon system. Knight d2, bishop g7, c3, knight f6, bishop e2, d6 he plays. I castles, rook e1, rook e8, knight f1. I want to reroute my knight to either g3 square or the e3 square, most probably g3, because I want to keep my dark square bishop open. So bishop g4, I played h3, he takes, and he blunders here with b6, and you should never actually play b6. If your knight is undefended on c6, is a bishop on f3 that is x-raying the whole diagonal. So I played e5. Here he should just take and give up the exchange, but he actually, I don't know, for some reason played queen c7 and went a piece down. And after that, it was just an elementary win. I played queen f3, forcing the queen trade here. So takes, and after that point, it was just a matter of technique, and I pretty confidently converted this into a victory in the second round as well, and the game ended up with a checkmate on the board. Round 3 was against Javad Irfan, who's like a senior player. I lost to him in the previous classical tournament in a completely winning position. I had no clue what to do, and then I just completely blew up the position and lost. So here I actually could not come up with the opening. Like I can't remember the exact move order, but this was the position I remember. We analyzed it after the game as well. Here he played queen c6, and I played rook c8, attacking the queen. He took my pawn, and I blundered with rook takes d5. And here he gave this check, and I lost my rook, and I was completely losing in this position. So I went with rook c2 with some desperate attempt to get some counterplay. He played rook e1, queen d7, and he played rook to e6, and I attacked his queen. If you take my knight, I was hoping to get some queen h3 check ideas, but he actually took the pawn here, offered a queen trade, but I went with queen b7 check, and here he just blocked back with a rook. Now, if I take with a knight, which I did, he should actually give queen f8 check, and that should be winning for white, like completely winning. But he decided to play queen takes on d4 check, and he thought that he would be winning the knight that way. But of course, knight just came back to f6, blocking the check, and then discover check by the queen. And that's pretty much game over. What else do you do? If you just move here, queen g2 would be mate, so he blocked with the queen, and I took the queen, and he resigns. So miraculous save, I would say. Did not deserve to win at all, but he completely outplayed me. I wouldn't say outplayed, but I blundered the rook after that. He deserved to win, of course, but one more mistake by my opponent, and I just got back. So 3 out of 3. And then I had the most difficult match of the tournament against the top seed Ali Madad, who was a very strong player, 1932 FIDE rated in Rapids. And this was the position that we had. And here I played queen to c6 with the ideas to land some checks on the back rank and then swing over for a checkmate idea. So he grabbed my bishop, so I took back with a pawn, and then he played queen f4. I played e7 because I want to promote to another queen. He took here with check. I moved my king to f1, and then he grabbed the bishop, and then I just took the rook. Took the pawn with the rook. I wanted to give this check, but again, even after that king h7, I could win the bishop, and I thought that he has a draw. And maybe, let's take a look from the engine's perspective. If we give this check, it's still a draw, right? So here, if I take the bishop, then he has some counterplay with these two, connected pawns that are having a lot of dynamic ability. But at the very least, it would be a draw in that case as well. So I understood he was a very strong player. I settled for a draw. I was going at a perfect score, 3 out of 3. So I thought 3.5 out of 4 is not so bad. And he was the only stronger player in the tournament than myself, because I was the second seed. So I thought that, just a draw is a good result, and then save my energy for the next round and hope for him to lose so that I could just maybe take the lead. And in the next match, he actually lost, and I again won from a very terrible position. Here, as you can see, if we go back a few moves, this guy Zaid Muhammad Asim, who's also a very young player, was completely outplaying me. He played superbly through the opening, through the middle game. Here he played knight g4, attacking my bishop. I traded it off, and then I traded the rooks, and then I moved my rook for a trade. Here he should actually give knight to f6 check with better chances of winning. Knight h6 is also fine. I moved my king to f8, and then he crashed in with queen h8 check, king e7, and he got so overwhelmed with the attack that he played queen f6 and blundered the queen in one move. So kind of did not deserve to win this one as well, and a little bit unfortunate for my opponent that he did not finish it off. But yeah, better luck next time. And then we had round 6, and then in this one, I actually remember the entire game against this guy Qasim Zulfikar Khan, who also beat me in the last classical tournament. And he played with white pieces. I had Sicilian Najdorf. Now I played knight f3, and he invited me to play against the Caro-Kann, which I always love to do. So I played e4 and accepted his invitation for the Caro-Kann. And here he played d5. I usually go e5 in this position, but I played knight c3 because e5 lines I kind of find them a little boring. So I just decided to play with knight c3. I analyzed these variations a few days ago. So after knight f6, I analyzed queen e2, and after my idea was that if he goes knight d7, I was hoping for him to go there, but that would be checkmate. He of course did not fall for it, and then after takes, knight d7 only now, bishop c4 attacking f7, and he attacked my queen with knight f6, and I played knight e5, giving up my queen so that I could checkmate, but of course he saw that and he played e6. The main move in this position is queen e2, but after this point I literally did not remember anything, so I was on my own. So I played queen f3, he played queen d4 attacking both my pieces, queen e2 defending everything, and then bishop d6 attacking my knight, bringing my knight back to f3, queen b6, and I castled, he castled as well, c3, bishop f4. A little bit dubious decision. You have your bishop already developed really nice on d6. You should, keep it on this diagonal. Whoops, wrong arrows, whoops. So yeah, you should keep your bishop on this dark square diagonal. But yeah, he played bishop f4, and I was happy to play d4 and trade his well-developed bishop with my undeveloped bishop. And then after knight d5, drop the bishop back to b3, rook e8, bishop c2, queen goes back to d8, knight e5, queen f6, queen d4 threatening checkmate. And then after g6, knight g4 attacking the queen, queen goes back to g7, queen f3 because there was a fork that was coming, so I had to see that and play queen f3, bishop d7, and I'm playing against his bad light square bishop that is just tremendously bad behind the light square pawns over there. So I played a3 to control b4, so I want to play c4. So he kicked my knight away to e5, then rook to d8, and then c4. Knight goes back to b6, and I started to improve my rooks. Bishop goes back to c8, so he wanted to vacate the d7 square for the knight. Rook d1, knight goes to d7, queen g3, improving slowly. Knight f6, I was a little surprised to see that. If your position is cramped, you should try to trade off pieces. So I was expecting knight e5, but no, knight f6, and then I played rook e3, a5, and then I swung over my rook to f3 with a lot of pressure with my better placed pieces, and I should be winning in this position. So he blundered here with rook e7, and then I played queen g5, attacking the knight twice, and you can't defend it. So he moved the rook again. I mean, if you move the knight, then the rook is hanging, and if you move the knight, if you move the, what else do you do? There's nothing you can do, basically. So yeah, rook e7, I just grabbed and he resigns. So pretty decent, comfortable game against him, and was happy to play this. And then it was the last round. I just needed a draw to win. So I was hoping to play solid and just not give my opponent any chances. But yeah, my strategy was also to play fast. And I understood he was really tired after 6 rounds of play. And he was taking a lot of time, Mohammad bin Javad. I really have a good record against him. I've never lost against him, I believe. And he's also the son of Javad Irfan, who played me in the 3rd round. So I just wanted to make a draw and win the tournament. But yeah, here he just decided to... I went into this King's Indian. He always plays this, so I expected it. Here he just took, and I was happy to have a bishop pair in anticipation of opening up the position. So rook b8, b5, standard idea in this position. Played bishop f5, queen d7, just getting out of the opening, developing all my pieces. And here he played queen a4, a little bit dubious to see, and he wanted to attack a7, but b5, and then I'm defending my a7 pawn with the queen, takes, queen goes back to b3, a5, and my pawns are already rolling. My rooks are well developed on the c and b file. And here I just was happy to trade some pieces off, and he was already down on clock, less than a minute. I still had like 7 or 8 minutes on the clock. So I was just trying to play, a little tricky, push him on the clock, and here I tripled up my major pieces on the b file, putting a lot of pressure, and he played bishop d3. Now he was just completely, in time trouble, just playing on 5 seconds on the clock with the increment. But yeah, here I just, had no problem here. He played this under time pressure and gave a check, and then forked the king and the queen. He resigns, and I won the tournament 6.5 out of 7. Beautiful result, I would say. Dream result. Of course, dream result would be 7 out of 7, but of course, for me, this was probably the best ever rapid tournament of my career, and enjoyed it really well. I hope you guys also enjoyed it, and do let me know in the comments what you believe or what you feel about it. If you are looking for any suggestions, if you're looking to book a session with me for coaching, you're welcome to do so. The link will be in the description. So see you guys in the next video.